ChatGPT, give me a workout for today based on what Christian Blumenfeld did yesterday.
Based off analyzing 3 things, the Norwegian method, Christian Strava, and Training Peaks, here is a workout for you today. Swim, duration 70 minutes, workout 30 by 100 meters with 20 seconds rest between sets. Bike, 4 hours, 30 minutes. 9 by 10 minutes with 3 minutes rest, 20 by 1 minute with 30 seconds rest. Easy run, 1 hour.
What kind of shape are you in compared to 17, 18, 19, 22?
Bad question. Bad question.
Why?
This comparative crap.
The reality is, I think you should stay present in the moment. You should each day be writing training that is working towards meeting the demands you're going to place on yourself on race day. So today I just did a set of 30 times 100 with 20 seconds rest. It's like a thresholdy to top of threshold is where I ended up getting it to as I started to fatigue. You know, that's basically what the Ironman swim is. Could I have swam it any harder? Not really. I mean, maybe 1% harder and not went any faster. But, you know, in swimming, it's a combination of both intensity and how fast are you going, because it's highly technical. So there's no point in working harder if you don't go any faster. Of course, you should be stressing yourself in certain sets at the limits of your technique, but that was a threshold set. And so I executed that set the absolute best that I could have today. And I mean, I believe that's the right perspective, is every single day, every single session, you're doing that, and you're doing it mindfully in the sense of I'm working towards meeting the demands that are coming on October 26th in Kona. And I want to be as well prepared in this current moment as I can. And there's nothing more to think about. There's nothing more to compare. We don't need to compare to last year. We don't need to compare to even last session. It's every single day you're different. You sleep differently, you recover, you have more load, you have less load. Like, it's just like, you can't be doing this daily comparative type stuff. And I believe that's how you get yourself in trouble. There's not a coach on this earth who has the exact plan with which you need to follow to reach your best. Every coach will be, a good coach will be analyzing things you've done in the past, using their knowledge base, and creating sessions and periodization of those sessions over time to slowly move yourself in the direction of achieving your best and meeting the demands of the race or the event that you're going to do. And every coach is going to make mistakes. There's no coach who's not going to make mistakes, because no one knows everything and no one knows how you're going to respond to sessions or how rapidly you can build, etc. I don't need to compare myself to 2017 or 18 or 19 or 22, because we're not in 2017, 18, 19, or 22. And it's not like, it's just truly not relevant. Of course, you should learn from experience, and I made lots of mistakes over the years, and you try and correct those mistakes, of course. And I'd say that's pretty well the foundation of what I'm doing is making myself aware of the things that I wish I could have done differently in those years and doing them differently. But then also sticking to what worked and what the basics, which we've gone over, a million times in videos now, particularly this season. And I mean, there's nothing more to think about. You don't need to compare yourself to your previous self. It's not. You want to be your best right here, right now, and I want to be my best on October 26th.
Chain
TSS I expect in Kona. So that's what I've been working towards in a very not smart way to ride an Ironman, that's for sure. I mean, if it's not difficult, like if it's easy, then you're probably not really training anything, you know? Like I have the fatigue resistance to ride for 4.5 hours now. So like riding my bike for 4.5 hours, I've been consistent this year. I've rode like 4 hours almost every week for whatever week this is of the year, every week. So fatigue resistance, just riding my bike at 230 watts for 4 hours is not really like providing any stimulus anymore, so.
How many 4-hour rides did you do last year?
I couldn't tell you that. None. The value of volume is that it drives lactate down. So I've always kind of been like, oh, what do I need volume for if I'm only riding my bike for 2 hours? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But the beauty of volume is that it drives the lactate down, and then that allows you to push threshold sessions harder and higher because the lactate is so low. And you can actually perhaps go too far in that direction if you don't balance it with intensity. So I'm already probably knocking on the door of like too far driven. Good Pantera album, actually, Far Beyond Driven. And
do you think this is what it takes so to train for an Ironman, doing these long rides?
You see, I don't think there's a way, there's a way to train for an Ironman. I think that everyone is unique. In fact, great segue into another fun, I'm gonna slip and fall here. This is my favorite DM, don't show all my quotes.
Okay.
This is my favorite DM I ever got.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't know if he'll mind me reading it, but I'll just read it. Hi Lionel, excuse me for my message. I like you as a triathlete. I love how you are racing. I heard your post-race Kona interview. This is after Kona 2022. You don't know me, I was 13 years Sebi's coach, 10 years Andy Boker's, and another athletes like Ronnie Schodeneck, Rudy Wild, Peter Hemrick, Maurice Claval. I can tell you, there is only one way to win Kona. Don't train like other people. You should find your own way. You are an individual athlete and person. What Frodo needs is not for you. What Gustav needs isn't for you. For you is only then what Lionel Sanders needs. Go your own way, your own training. Then you can win. If everybody would train the same like Christian, then we would have 50 winners in Kona. But that is not possible. Every athlete needs their own way. Best regards. And that was Lubov Bilik, who was Sebi's coach, obviously, I just said that. Great guy. That's maybe the best. That might be the best advice of all the Slow Twitch comments, all of the DMs, everyone I've ever encountered. That might be the truest and most well thought out advice I've ever been given. And that shows me that that guy is a phenomenal coach, because that is coaching. Everybody is unique. So, do I think that you should do what I'm doing? Absolutely not. You're not me. Do I think that I should do what Christians did? Well, I tried that, you know what I mean? I did okay, you know, basically, for the most part, the first half of 2022, we like kind of copied what Christian and Gustav were doing. And then literally we told McCall, we're like, we want the sessions Christian and Gustav failed on. Those are the ones we want. And I absolutely got destroyed. You know, like, do you think that well, whatever, it is my capacity that on that day, 33rd place in Kona was my capacity. Is that my, like, actual, like, my best? No, it wasn't my best that day. But, so, for me, you know, I've done 22 something Ironman, something like that. And then asked a lot of data. And all I can say is that what I need to do my best in an Ironman isn't what Christian needs, and it isn't what Gustav needs, and it isn't what Lalo needs. It's what I need. And so if there's a moral of this story, it's that who cares what those guys are doing? It's cool. They're very inspiring guys. They're great athletes, and they do inspire me with their performances and their work ethic and dedication, etc. But, you know, I've spent a decade learning about myself, and then I spent the last 3 or 4 years copying other people, but I already knew what I needed to do for me. You know, I already did that, and I didn't stick to it. And so now, I mean, there's inherent risk in everything. If you want to reach your limit, basically what we're trying to do is train insane, but undertrain. Because if you're 1% overtrained, you're gonna do shit. So you need to train insane, but undertrain. And that's like, almost like an oxymoron, you know? It's like extremely difficult to do, but that is what we're trying to do. And that is why people are using lactate and heart rate and the core sensor and all these different metrics, because they're trying to train insane, but undertrain. And so sometimes you overdo it, and there's no coach on this earth who knows what to do to not overdo it every now and then. Every single great athlete has been injured. Frodo, Christian, Lucy, go down the list. They've all been injured, and they all great coaches, you know, because no one knows exactly, and sometimes you don't listen to the signals, etc. So this is what, you know, the culmination of a decade of learning and experience. This is what I'm bought into, and that's what you need to do. You need to buy into your program. You need to believe in what you're doing, that what you're doing is going to make you the best you can be, and then you need to execute it. And maybe on race day you don't do, afterwards you're like, you know what, I could have done this, this, and this better, and I'd like to do this, this, and this differently. But what you need to do is just trust your knowledge, trust yourself, execute, and then go out there and race as smart as you can on the race. And what you've got is what you've got, and that's the best you could do with the best of your knowledge. And that's awesome. And that is truly the only thing that we should all be striving for, in my opinion.